All right. So tonight's presenter is from down under Australia. Yay! Yes. He became a neurosemantics trainer in 2013. I know because we were classmates then in Hong Kong. Right. To this year is actually his 20th year as a trainer. So he is fairly centered. And that's why he's going to teach us on being centered. So let's all give a warm welcome to our MetaCoach Foundation President, Sean.
Thank you, Geraldine. Welcome, good evening, day 6. You've made it. Are you ready to learn to be centered? Will that help you in your training? We're going to learn how to be centered tonight. We're going to look at a presentation, and in that presentation, I want you to be involved. So being centered, what is being centered? Tonight, I'll be relying quite a bit on my slides. I've got a lot of information here to ensure that you get the key points for this presentation. So being centered is about being grounded in your body. It's about being fully present to yourself and to your audience. It's being at peace on the inside. Holding a neutral state. Can you do that as a trainer? Is this something you want? Be centered. Nothing more, nothing less. Some distinction points on being centered. The first one, I think you know quite well. Use the 4 core responses of the power zone. Do you think we can do that together after 3? We're going to gesture the 4 gestures together. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. My thinking, my feeling, my speaking, my behaving. Have we got that? As neurosemantic trainers, it's a very crucial gesture. The second distinction point is responsibility for me and responsibility to your audience. The third point is coaching the body to embody an understanding or a belief. And the fourth point, I believe, is very critical as a trainer. State management. It requires assertive responses. For viewing life this way is very significant. As a trainer, you take a physical stance. So this evening, like every other evening, the time that will be part of this presentation, we'll have a 15-minute presentation, 15-minute demonstration. You'll then go and practice in pairs how to just be solid, be centered. That's what I want you to get tonight, is to just own your inner core strength. We'll then debrief and have 10 minutes of questions, and then we'll have our fellow friends, the lead trainers, the benchmarkers, to come up and let us know what we've all learnt for this evening. So the first thing I'd like you to learn is how to breathe. The breathing is a key part to being centered. So if we just look at the diaphragm, it's sort of like a parachute. That parachute is right in the center of your chest. When you breathe in, it goes down. When you breathe out, it comes up. So when we talk being centered, it's about learning how to breathe. So tonight, I'm going to show you, and because I think you know a lot of this, I'm going to get you to practice this as well, because this is one of the core aspects for being centered as a trainer. So hand on your diaphragm on the front, and I'll do it first, and then you can stand up and do it with me. Hand on your diaphragm, then hand on the side, and then you inhale into this hand. So it's like you're blowing up a balloon on the inside. And so feeling the rib cage and the belly, and then we exhale. And when we exhale, we just don't force it. So I'll demonstrate first, okay? And then you guys can do it with me. So you got that? It's pretty easy, right? So let's all stand up where we are. And it's like you're blowing up your inner balloon, okay? So after 3, so hand on your diaphragm and hand on the side. And after 3, we'll all breathe in and hold it for 10 and then slowly breathe out and not force the air, okay? 1, 2, 3. How does that feel? Okay, so let's shake that out. Let's do the NLP shake. And let's try it once more, because I think you've got it. I think you can do it. Let's just give it one more go, okay? After 3. 1, 2, 3. So thank you. That's what we need to do. Pretty simple stuff, right? It's not complicated. So your inner balloon is what you need to learn to blow up to get into your neutral state as a trainer. So what's Michael been teaching us as trainers is to get into your neutral training state before you present. So we all have within us the ability to move from struggle to grace. This is a quote Ariana Huffington has provided. But first of all, we need to know really what's not being centered by knowing what is the struggle. Have you had any struggles at NSTT? Yes, if you're nodding heads. Some? Okay, that's good. So what causes a trainer to be off-center? Well, I think you know you're an emotional wreck. You just struggle within. You're clutching at what you thought was real. You don't know who you are, and you don't know where you're going. You have reactions. You can be nervous and worried and feared. Have you felt that in the last few days as a trainer? Now you know this is what you don't want when you're being centered as a trainer. I'd like to share an experience of mine as I came to Bali, 16th of July. I'm having breakfast over in the Express bar with the Express Hotel with Mizuki at the breakfast bar. It's the first time I'd met Mizuki face to face. So we're in that nice positive state. G'day, this is great. Next minute, we heard uncontrollable shaking under our feet. And we didn't know what it was, but we saw all of the other people at that breakfast room. We saw the fear in their eyes. We saw them run out. And we looked at each other because we didn't know what was going on. And it got uncontrollable, even worse. So we looked at each other and we ran too. I'd never felt fear like that before. My mortality, I'd felt so deep. That was just before training started. How amazing. Did you know there was actually an earthquake here today? Yeah. So, what do you think when you tremble inside? Are you quaking as a presenter? Well, some people in Bali, tremors can really scare people. And then for others, the movement inside, just like Mother Earth, is just how we adjust to get ready for NSTT. Yeah. We just know that it's just a bit of movement, and then we get into our neutral trainer state. So a definition of being centered as a trainer, a various few words you could use is being balanced. You're standing, feet flat on the floor. bringing together the ownership of your powers, converging upon your stage as you unleash you to the world, collecting, centralizing, and consolidating. These are some words that can express you being centered. Do you want that? Do you really want that? So why be centered? As a trainer, we want you to have fun and joy. We want you to know that centeredness means everything to us. When you have the awareness strength of your powers, you can then deliver at focus and on task. What other resources do you need to make your training just right for you? Because when you are at cause, you are at choice point, taking control. That's what we want you to experience being a trainer in neurosemantics. It's not all about just presenting and making your point. It's also about relaxing and being flexible enough to adjust. That's why we're here in Bali. So you learned to adjust a little over the last few days? If you learnt that flexibility, integrating these skills, becoming who you can fully become as a trainer. The benefits of a neutral state, which is the core aspect of being a trainer, is time to recover. You have so much flexibility, it's quick to recover. You are accountable for yourself. I know I am. You can be truly authentic to who you are as a person. And you have that breathe in of self-respect and self-appreciation. Can you do that for you? A key question for trainers is if you know that your state is a neutral state, what question do you really hold in mind as a neurosemantics trainer? Some frames to inform you, being centered, is it's an inside-out job. The more you play, the more centered you are mentally and emotionally. When you are a witness to your own inner powers and you bring kindness to yourself, then you can fully give the power that you choose to your presentation. So in a little while, you're going to learn how to own your zero gravity position. This is my zero gravity position, just relaxed, solid. That's what it's about. So some preventative frames, because there's a warning with this. We can easily get nervous, right? Nervous energy will detract. It's not saying anything except you're nervous. You must get mentally and emotionally informed as a trainer. Okay? These are the inner game, mental and emotional. And the third preventative aspect to it is that inner balloon, don't pop your inner balloon, okay? Breathe in and breathe out. If you're starting to feel, uncomfortable, nervous, just take a breath. That's all you need to do. Make it a pause so people can feel the impact of you just being in pause. So what are the steps for being centered? On page 50, like every other APG pattern, we start off with the elicitation questions. How centered are you when you present? What is it like when you are centered? And then the steps to being centered, these are in your manual. Access your trainer state. This is just the state that you're in, and just notice that state. There's nothing to do except answer the phone. Access your own core responses. And then we meta-state with calmness and peace. Give yourself permission to own this and to operate from this state when training. Just pure presence. Just be you. And then future pace, being you and being present, breathing, just like how you've done it. I've seen you do it. I've signed you off there. You're competent. You can do this. Today, tonight, tomorrow, for the rest of this program and for the rest of your life, you can just hold your training stance. So who wants to take advantage of this pattern? Yeah, got a few? Okay. Keep some hands up so I can see who I can pick. So I've got even what would you get out of being centered? What would the benefit be for you to be centered?
Calmness when being benchmarked.
Would that be valuable for you?
Yeah.
Would that be valuable for everyone to see?
Yeah.
Okay, give him a hand. So this is a stand-up pattern. Just grab one of those. I think it is, yeah.
Check once.
Hang on one sec. So there it goes.
Checking once you check.
Just
Okay.
okay. Now.
Got it. So standing, you said?
So this is your stage.
Okay.
Better get to the demonstration.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming up,
Thank you.
Yvonne. I appreciate you being here.
My pleasure.
So, as we said, we started off with the elicitation question. So how centered are you when you present?
Right now, sometimes I'm doing the NLP dance.
Okay. Okay.
And sway. Yeah.
Okay. So this pattern, you may not get your outcome. It's going to be a demonstration, and I'll be explicit in the steps for our audience, so they can understand where we're up to. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we just want to, number one, just access your trainer state that you've been practicing, that Michael's been framing for the last 3 days, I think.
Okay.
Just step into your trainer state and notice how you are currently doing that state.
Okay.
Just notice your position,
Okay.
your focus, your physiology, your
Yes.
emotions, etc.
Okay.
Just notice how you're experiencing this.
It feels kind of stiff right now.
Okay.
And nervousness, energy coming. I feel I want to use my hand.
Clutch under something.
Yeah.
Clutch under what you think's real.
Mm-hmm.
This is real.
Okay.
This is real. So just relax.
Mm-hmm.
Just be in your neutral state. And so step number 2 is we want to access your core responses.
Mm-hmm.
So access an awareness of your powers of mind, of emotion, and speech, and your behavior.
Okay. My thinking, my feeling, my speaking, behaving. Okay.
And as you reflect on these, how grounded are you in these response powers?
Quite high. It's about 7.
Okay. Mm-hmm. To what extent then do you want to take ownership of them?
More.
Okay.
About 8 or 9 would be good.
So what is it for you to be physically centered?
Okay. I need my feet down.
Yep.
My shoulder probably a bit more relaxed.
Okay.
Okay.
So take a physical stance, stand feet at shoulders width. He's a good learner. Find your zero gravity position.
Okay.
What is it like for you to be mentally centered?
It's like a bamboo.
And emotionally centered, even centered in the way you walk.
Okay.
So with step number 3, we're going to now meditate with calmness and peace.
Okay.
Take a deep breath and relax into this state. Take as many breaths as you need to. Just relax your muscles. You can shake out the tensions.
Do the NLP shake.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so how thoroughly integrated is this in you now?
It's getting there.
Okay,
About
let's
7.
add some additional resources to make this just right for you.
Okay.
What other resources would you like in this state that will create you even more?
Okay.
Importance, fun, curiosity.
Fun will be good.
Some fun.
Jason told me to smile.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
right. So number 4, give yourself permission to own this fun
I give.
and this state and to operate from this state when training.
Okay. I give myself permission to operate from this state of calm, centered, and fun. Okay.
And what is it like when you let your body fully feel this?
It's lighter. So the nervous energy is gone, partly.
Okay. What kind of a stance will you take when you feel this?
So this is good.
How do you want to visually, auditorily, and kinesthetically anchor this state?
Okay. I remember this moment. Auditorily, it'll be calm, centered, and fun.
Okay, you got that?
Yeah, got it.
Awesome. So step number 5, future pace. So imagine using this centered state in your presentation.
Okay.
How is that?
It's more calm. I can sense my tempo is slowing down. Yes. It'll be more enjoyable for me and I think for my audience.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So when will you next need this state?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Excellent. Okay,
Great.
give me a hand.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. You right there? So please thank Evan once again for coming up. So in pairs now, we want to practice this. You notice how slow that I've went through this pattern. In step number 2, I'd also like to offer you to practice your induction language, your hypnotic language, to be able to help the other person you're doing this pattern with to really feel that experience. And so make sure that they blow up that balloon with a deep breath. Okay, so 15 minutes each way. Grab a partner, go and practice 15 minutes each. It's on page 50, and we'll see you soon.